That's very close to our theme song.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny because my hat is green. It doesn't look like I have a back of my head.
Kind of like your character in a strange way.
Yeah,
Exactly.
kind of.
Well, good evening. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Reckless Moves, Season 2, where yours truly, Michael Cremeen, the Dungeon Master, makes a lot of maps and plans, and these characters will determine what they do. Let's start with, we have amazing characters. I'll go in the order I see you on the screen. Rob, playing Gust. Tell us about Gust.
Oh, Gosh is currently having a great time with everybody. He just told off, what he thinks is a god? He's not 100% sure, but he did find him on a big old locked decrepit hand. So, currently, all just says that I am telling off people that need to be told offs.
I see. Okay. Hey, Colin, tell us about your character.
Yeah, I play Arthur, a tiefling bard who likes to talk to his justice buddy with wings.
From last episode, yeah. Convincing basically a planetar to help you. Quest, whatever that is, last time we left it.
We're starting up with an army.
Yeah.
Mandy, tell us
Yes.
about Oob.
So I play Oob, who is a plasmoid warlock, and keeping in the theme of last episode, we convinced many of my kin to form an army with us.
Very cool. About 20 of them.
Yes.
Matt plays Rockham.
Yep, Rockham is an autonomous artificer, and he's kind of the utility knife of the group. Tool for every job.
And what?
A tool for every job.
You're all favorites, too.
You have been called the tool before. I
I have.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
No.
and Roger with a sneaky guy.
Ridley Quinn. He's a Shadowkai phantom rogue with all the sneaky sneaks and none of the actual magic stuff. But he's got things he can do. Some things that his compatriots haven't even seen yet.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Such a mystery.
Little foreshadowing, man. Oh, that's my job. So, where we left it last week, guys, you were basically assembling an army. For what? And at the end of the episode last week, you had convinced the freed and hiding Celesto to join you. So you are on the Happy Cyclops. And there's a couple questions which Celesto put to you. And you have about half an hour of flight back, and then you're going to tell me where you're going to descend on the map and what you're doing next. So Celesto, I didn't add all the tokens because it get a little overwhelming. The Oob are running all over the ship. They the 20 of them are having a great time. They're mainly down in the galley. You know, as you can imagine.
We're going to have to get more napkins, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not everyone uses napkins. That seems to be a very Oobleck thing.
I have culinary taste.
It's a
Everyone has their
delicacy.
Everyone has their own flavor. But they also had one of the Oobleck, the Oob, having created a series of buckets so that you could carry all 20 and basically two strong hands. So there's
Yes.
a larger bucket and then a smaller bucket, and they go in smaller descending sizes, but the biggest one holds, well, there's two large buckets you can hold 5 each, and then there's individual buckets too. So you can take about 10 people in two large handled buckets.
Nice.
Most likely that would be Gus and Rockham.
Hold on, there's a new oob with a mohawk that happens to be so noob. There's also
New.
Yes.
and like I hope Scott is who's Scott with.
Well, Noob the Oob is a barbarian. The Oob Scott is down in the galley. Flurb Fart and Bork are all sleeping, where and Zomps, Jench, and Sork are down talking to. They're fascinated with the air elemental, and the air elemental is hiding away from all these peeking oob over the pit where the air elemental used to be presented. Now, Nark and Lurp and Burp are cooking and learning like what humans eat from your chef.
That's great.
So,
Can I just mention that our DM did not come up with those names?
That you know what?
That was our resident Oob representative.
Well, yeah. It's a roll call.
I know that me and Noob are like doing curls with the buckets full of water. And I, from time to time, reach up and readjust the mop head on his head so it doesn't keeps on sliding in. You know what I mean? Yep. Oh yeah. So ones, twos, threes. There we go. That's mop's twos.
Oh my gosh.
yeah, you guys did it. So, anyway.
I mean, someone wants to probably talk to Celeste.
So what? Lesto speaks up. I'll put him on them. At least I'll keep him. Oh, it's nice to have tokens.
All right, Ubis. So we never got to have like a conversation about your tops. Well, are any of these oobs like super sexy and we don't know? Or is there like a voluptuous oob, or is that like not a thing?
Well, being asexual, that's not really anything that we pay attention to.
Well,
So,
hence more confusions.
well, I
Like,
don't know how to explain that one to you.
are you number one like hottest oobs, or like is like one of them here? Right? Do you guys mate, or like do you just like split?
Well, there's
Yeah, it's a
there's
split.
spawning, but
Oh.
we elected not to get into that.
It depends, because sometimes after they mate, they split.
Ah, yeah.
Other times they hang around.
What up, bump? I love
Ciao.
it. Man, that was good. So Lesto speaks up. So what exactly is the plan? It can't be go in the front door and take on the entire temple power structure.
Well, yeah, that's not the plan.
Okay,
The plan is
what's the
go in the front door and
Oh,
take on the entire temple power structure with oobs
I mean,
And we win.
well,
and win.
okay.
We had a little bit more of a sophisticated plan than that.
so
Well, I'm hoping, Ublek, that
Yes.
there is more of a plan than go in the front door. I don't think you understand what fighting at least. I mean, I don't know who's going to replace our deceased cardinal, but we have one cardinal ally, few bishops against 100 or so others.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what, right. We found like so many armies, like all of them. And you know who we haven't also picked up? We haven't picked up our Queenie when it comes to the dwarves. So the idea is,
Well, you don't have a sending stone there, but you're going to go talk to them?
oh yeah, I mean, because they kind of like do the politics, but like the cool kind of politics. Like people drink, have fun, and it's good and not quite boring. Like no people in wigs, which I'm very appreciative. Except for like noobs. I like noobs wig, but so kind of the idea is that we know we can't just drop you off without like super supports, because you'll be discredited, because for many years like all the bad shit has been your fault to the publics. Like they blamed you for pretty much everything. But we have
That's my concern.
but we got actual proof, and we've backed you up with armies, and those armies ain't gonna attack unless we can expose their hands.
Well, the last place we went into that was filled with an army, we brought to the ground, and it's a pile of rubble now.
Well, we filled it with lava. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't really have that option here.
Well, I kind of like home,
Not that you know of yet.
So, all right. So the ideas about the other armies that we're bringing is just kind of to give you a safe place to speak as, like, I think they call it diplomats. Right, because you got now some backing of your own. So
Yeah.
you get to say the truth, and coming from your mouths, they'll have to respect it. Also, we're kind of letting kittens out of bags, because like no one knows you're alive.
That's someone I was a little hot from being captive for so long. So that Skyrite kind of did announce me before I went into hiding.
Well, yeah, but like some pretty clouds in the sky comparison to you showing up with like an armada. This is your
So we have
this is your coming out party.
Let's show quinceanera.
Why do we have to do it in the temple? We could just do it outside of town and make the temple come out to meet us and confront Celesta.
I mean, we will have some nice fireworks. I'm always down for a fair. You want to throw a party outside the temples?
Oops, loves to party.
I kind of like this idea. Instead of going to the temple, should we just be like, fuck your shitty club, you come to ours?
Well, we could just go from city to city and
You want to
let Celesto take his case to the people.
you want a gumball run this?
Yeah.
You want to make a gumball run? That is amazing. Guest is on board, even though guest.
Celesta's going to go out stumping.
Yeah. So this is great. We will go make a grassroots effort. We're gonna RFK this. Fantastic.
Oh my god.
Junior.
Yeah. RF. Well, yes.
okay.
That's not even a bad idea, really. Rob out a game. That's actually really not a bad idea. Create a grassroots effort from all the people that have been wronged, because what we got was the people that could fight. What we didn't get are the people that were wrong.
Yeah.
So
we could start in the northwest city with the hospital.
yeah, exactly. Where all that misery happened, we can rally the actual people
I'm gonna
themselves.
pull up the world map because you're about 20 minutes out from Alraziel. Let me pull that up for you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, theater in mind who you're talking to and where you're going, but it's helpful to look at the world map.
I don't know who had this idea, but it's actually not a bad idea. This is how you would create a coup. You brought in, we've just created a power vacuum. We've now picked our own puppet to be able to go into that particular spot. So he would need to make a grassroots campaign to facilitate the actual movement and speed of the people. So yeah, that does work. I mean, the CIA would agree with me.
Yeah. And if it doesn't work, we have an army.
Well, the CIA would agree with that as well.
Yeah.
And I think Rockham, where you started, I think you said to go back to like where the hospital was.
Yeah, because we already know we have allies there.
And that whole community was wronged.
Yeah.
So let's show them the new message. You know what I mean? Like, let's show them, and then go to where where all the pirates were being, all the ships were being destroyed from the pirates, and then we can go back to.
I want to share something I did that was very stupid.
Uh-oh.
I've been like, why isn't this working? I was using this screen view. I couldn't
Oh.
understand why I couldn't move anything.
Whoops.
I'm like, the tokens were working.
And also, we're here to, strangely enough, support Crust's story that he wasn't at the top, because Crust has been painted as this bad guy, essentially. So the guys on top are going to get away with murder, but Crust is willing to support our cause because he felt like he was fighting on the side of good.
Yeah.
From his perspective. So with all of this, after our next world tour, so we got the heroes. Now we need to get the populace. We get the populace, and then we just throw a fucking huge party in front of the
In the capital city. Yeah.
Start a revolution.
right. And this time, the revolution will be televised.
All right, I'm gonna. I don't know the transitions work. See the world map now.
I mean, not for that's right out of the.
So where are you going? Rockham needs to know where you intend to descend from the star void to the atmosphere back into somewhere. Where are you?
Wherever the hospital was, right?
Yeah, I think I think Rockham's on the right track. I think the hospital's our first place.
Yeah, Saldos.
And I will put to the vote of committee. I think that we're missing a step by not bringing our dwarven friends with us. So after
Oh, yeah.
Well, we can just work our way down the west coast.
you know what? That's right. Let's think about it as if this was a political run.
Yeah, it might be good if we start doing this in the outskirts and get a following before we get closer to the temple.
Absolutely.
We might be able to beat the word to them.
Oh, that's awesome. I like this. Fantastic. Yeah.
Do you hear?
That way they won't have time to
Songs of anger.
get their own army together against us.
Okay.
An army of
No one
anti-oobs.
knows. You think no one knows of your plan and you're gathering the army. As far as you know, this is all clandestine.
Yes.
I mean, until we get the dwarves, they're kind of loud. I mean, I have had two of them at one time, so
Oh, Lord.
they. I heard so many new cuss words, so I do not even remember.
Okay, so you're starting in Saldos, right?
Can you- Sorry, so those
And
Top left corner.
top left. All right, copy.
I could.
Oh, all the way up there. Yeah, that's actually even better. We really do get the whole coast.
Yeah, that's where the hospital was.
Hospital first. I think that's really a good idea. Very good idea.
While we're flying in, Arthur channels all of his performance and persuasion into pamphlets that say, "He's not a foe. He's just Celesto."
Hey, I want a button.
So, you land outside in Salem, or are you landing in this?
Outside in Salem, I think.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
always happy to sail the boat.
take
Ooh.
about an hour.
Remember to tell your compatriots, warn them about this town because this is where you kept falling through the grates into the sewer.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I think at least Narp and Romp come up and say, "We should stay here, right?" Well, you go. We don't want to reveal our place, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, I think so. Unless we want to take maybe like
You are known.
one or two.
We are not known.
That's true. But if somebody has pockets, we could take one or two for proof that we do have more oobs.
Who is the sneakiest of all you oobs?
Also, don't some of the oobs have armor and they can do like a humanoid form?
Yeah,
Yes.
but they're still clearly plasmoid.
Okay.
So
I
you
mean,
got
it's a plasmoid with armor, but it's plasmoid. Not all. So not all plasmoid are green, but the ones from Ulutokan, which is the region of Ublish, the planet, are all green. So your spawn and all of
Yes.
your relatives
Kin?
Brethren,
Yeah. Are all green. So
Yes.
it'd be very obvious if they are.
Alright.
If they're revealed.
uh,
You can do what you want. Like if you want to take a couple with you.
oob. Or
Yes.
can you point out like the sneakiest oob like in your family?
Yes.
It's
Go ahead.
yeah, it's Romp and Sork.
Romp and Sork.
Yep.
Got it.
So like we should we'll bring them with them. That way, if people are like, you don't have more of those plasmoids, like we could be like, we got lots of them, and boom, and they'll show up and they'll look like terrifying. So, like, do we want to put them in a bucket, or do we want to like have them sneak around us?
I think we should keep them on our person. So if there are pockets, or if someone maybe wants to fashion some little marbles into earrings, maybe we can sneak them in,
Oh, me,
and no one would be
That's how
any
you do it.
the wiser.
I've always wanted a septum piercing.
Oh,
Oh, and then when they come out, it's just like a
Like I sneezed them into existence.
oh, gross. Maybe we should ask them and see how they want to sneak in.
Yeah, let's give it up to them. How do they want to travel?
They whatever you guys think. This is your land.
Hmm.
You never seen it's looks what is that white substance?
White substance. Oh, snow. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cold.
It's cold? Good.
frozen water.
You said, can we go swimming in it? Oh, it looks like people walk on it with weird little. What are they walking on with those shiny
Feet?
metal things?
Oh, boots.
Oh,
Or snowshoes.
Yeah,
Oh,
do,
that too.
oh.
do you guys play tennis?
What is
Tennis?
tennis?
Oh well,
That would be a no, Gust.
tennis rackets, essentially snowshoes. Anyway.
I think pockets are our best bet, but I'm also open to other suggestions.
Yeah, pockets is easy. We can just do pockets. That's great.
Okay,
I-
we go small,
Yes.
and they
All right.
basically shrink way down. It's really not a marble. It's about the size of a baseball.
That makes sense.
So
Ridley wears a trench coat that has pockets.
okay,
Oh, perfect.
you can. So
All the roads
telepathically,
travel together.
These little balls go. Who's gonna carry us?
Ridley's gonna carry you. And
Okay.
don't come out until I say.
They okay.
You'll know. Don't worry.
Okay, so we
You-
have two of the oob in Ridley's trench coat pockets.
Yes.
And where are you headed? To Dr. Dooley? To the hospital?
I think that's our contact, right?
I mean,
That's
it's the most
Yeah.
prevalent contact here.
Before we leave, I would like to look at to Noob one more time and just like flex at him and hope that he rages and turns red one more time, and that will be our goodbye.
Oh, I will rest after.
Gosh.
Okay, that's good.
Goes
Oh,
bright red, and there's a red mohawk. Like they emulated yours.
Aw.
Not knowing why, they assume all humanoid barbarians do that.
what?
That's so
I mean,
cute.
how would they know?
Hey, all right.
They just throw it.
That's great.
It's not quite upright. It's a little bloop, little over because it's plasmoid, but
I definitely,
it's cool.
I definitely turn around and like hide a little tear of pride. That's good.
Aw.
Just walk down the gangplank without turning around and not being the best dad, but being a proud father.
All right, so you head into the hospital, which is, you know, the way by now. There's a closed sign at the Harbor Master, the one Rockham actually burst through the roof last time. So the Harbor Master is closed, being dusk, but there is a representative on the dock.
Is it the same guy? Is it the same? If it's the same guy, he hates us. We destroyed his house. We made fun of him.
Well,
Rock
that
made
guy's that's not guy's closed. There's a night patrol dockmaster that comes out and says, "All right, how long are you gonna be here?"
we have free read. We have free right here.
From whom?
I produced the document from the guy that hates us that gave us. Yeah,
Oh.
we bamboozled the harbor master.
yeah. Actually, Rockham bamboozled the harbor master.
Yeah.
but Rockham does it. I don't give the thing.
Very effectively.
Yes, I am a master bamboozler.
Yes. So I knock down Rockham and tell him to, we have right to be here. And not just right, they change the name of our boat every time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
I wasn't along for this leg of the journey.
Yeah,
Hey guys,
um
hey guys, let's say we'll be here for a couple days. Spend the night, and then from either the dock or the city center, we'll attract everyone in and introduce them to the living Celesto. How's that
Otto
sound?
whips out his pamphlets.
so you go into the he's disguised as he's walking around, and he reaches into one of his many hidden pockets in his robes, and you see him put on a ring before heading out, you guys. And as you walk out, he looks like a farmer, if you had to guess. Like, his skin's a little weathered. He's in disguise, coming while he's walking around with you. So where you headed to the hospital?
I think we're gonna go to the tavern for a night,
Okay.
and then during the day, I don't know. Is the hospital like pretty much city center?
I mean, it's a little south of the inn. If you remember, there's a dock at the inn. Then there was the grate that Oobleck went through into the sewer. And then south of that is the hospital. So it's about 10-minute, 15-minute walk tops.
So,
It's late afternoon. People are closing up their stands, but people are still milling about, heading to, you know, after work with their friends, going to a bar. The tavern is very popular.
so I guess I should turn to Incognito Daddy and ask if he's okay with us revealing him to the masses.
Are you're talking about revealing me in public? Once we do that, there's no going back. Why would we do that here? What's the plan?
The plan is we are going to ingratiate you with the masses so that they know that you live, they know that the temple lied to them, and that magic should be free to the masses and not controlled by the temple.
So you think all of the people that were, let's say, born in the last 50 years, well, the temple may be oppressive, it's also the law. And you're going to convince the populace that I'm a good guy, not the bad guy they were brought up to believe.
Arthur just like puts a hand under the pamphlet that he has, like just like
Well, you being alive proves that they were lied to.
Very true.
Also, the people
How would
here
they-
kind of like
how would
us.
they- how would they know I am me? How would they none of them have ever met me? There's no drawings, there's no simulacrum.
Because they trust us.
Well, there's a skywrite
And
that I
also,
can do.
all going to like a hospital.
So once we do this, we're not staying here, right? Because
No,
we're going
we're-
to be like
No,
attacked.
we're-
I don't want the temple guard, who are tough as nails, to be having a combat in this nice town.
no,
You know they will burn this to the ground to find me.
well, the idea is here is like to surf the wave of your popularity. Like, we're going to go from place to place around the west coast, and essentially create a public movement that rallies and supports you. And we're going to start off with something easy. We're going to go to a hospital, and you're like some kind of like awesome wizards, right?
Okay.
You are.
So we're going to
Right.
the hospital first, then the
Uh,
tavern.
Well, I mean,
And once we reveal me at the hospital or tavern, we should leave.
Yes.
yes, but
And go to our next stop.
right. I've heard
What's
of.
our next stop going to be?
Wait,
That's dwarves, right?
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Like what? So he's like level 20 wizard, right? I'm assuming
You don't know, but he's very, very powerful.
Very- very powerful. So I could make the assumption that he would have like a super high level healing word.
Well, not as a wizard.
Oh.
Actually, you don't know what he has. You could ask him.
So because we're going to a hospital and we want some goodwill. Like, what if you were just like, this is the magics that have been taken away from you, and in one grand gestures, you're like, heal quite a few at a time. Oh, we're looking for good.
We could do that.
I mean, I don't. If I
I do have a ring that hides me from scrying eyes, so I can't be tracked or this. But doesn't mean you guys can't.
that's fine. I mean, at this point, people know to look out for us, and they're gonna know that we were the ones his. I mean, the happy Cyclops. We do wear the hats and the wonderful merch. And we're still wearing the happy Cyclops outfits, right?
Abacus Trading Company LLC.
Well, if you're not comfortable revealing yourself,
I'm
for
fine.
fear
I'm
of
worried
the
about
town,
the people here.
right? So we could just keep you incognito, have you as an idea, and still have most of our plan intact, and just say, "Hey, Temple lied. Celestial lives. He will be revealed." And then,
We can start some rumors.
No.
Yeah.
Join the movement.
But
join the movement.
Now that is interesting.
All right.
Because
Get the rumor
There's-
mill a turning.
a man has, like myself, has baggage, history, but an idea
I
has
mean, you're already a legend.
right, but in the wrong way.
Yeah, we're not.
But all we
we're not-
need to do is to give it a little twist and make you into a myth.
You're going to be a symbol of the injustice of the control of magic.
Okay.
Because we don't need to tear down the temple. We just want the bad people in the temple to go away.
actually, that's pretty much true. We do like some temple folks.
Okay. Well, are we going to the hospital or tavern or both?
The tavern will probably have the most people. So we should go in front of the tavern.
Okay.
And I have a spell prepared, which, let's just say I prepared it after our last long rest.
Sure.
That will bring people to the tavern, and then we can have our traveling show, so to speak.
Right.
Attract all the people, shake some
Okay.
hands, hand out some pamphlets, and then we'll move on to the next town, which will probably be Caswick.
Sounds good to me. So-
God,
You're going into the tavern to get some, food and drink.
yes.
Yeah, let's do the big thing at midday. I think that'd probably be the easiest because everyone will be working.
What
town
time
will
is
be
it now?
hustling.
It's
like
it's
early
dusk.
evening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like people are going to have drinks after work, and they're going to go home, do their home chores,
It'll
time
be
with
keep-
their family. It's people milling about after a work day. Now there's a whole evening economy. There are some shops that are open, taverns obviously. So when you approach the tavern, it's you smell that meat. Remember you had that stew last time you were here? You can smell it. And they must maybe they have a fan or something blow it out, or it's just so amazing that when you walk in, you can smell the meat and the potatoes, and you get a fragrance of carrot and some spice that you can't quite like almost taste it. You can't. Well, Rockham can't, but those are olfactory glands. You can smell this, and it's making you hungry.
Yum.
Yum. I will also yum.
So going in, this is, take a 5 gold away for an entire meal, whatever drinks you want, and in the corner, doesn't take anyone to notice. Yo, hi, I'm on my lunch break having some food. What are you guys doing here? And who's your new friend? You want to sit down? Dr. Dooley invites you to pull up some
Aw.
chairs and kind of join a table.
You are some sights for sore eyes. I says
Well,
you.
it's lunch, so I can't drink with you again. But boy, that was fun.
I give her a smile.
Yeah.
Oh.
So while they're talking with Dr. Dooley, I think Rockham is going to go on a side quest.
Okay.
Okay.
He is going to walk around the town while they're eating, because obviously I don't eat. And at 30-foot intervals, I'm going to be casting Magic Mouth
Ah,
Oh.
around the town.
What are you having it do?
So when a Magic Mouth within 30 feet speaks that I cast is the trigger.
Okay.
It is going to say, "Come to the tavern, for the truth will be revealed."
And so,
And then a Magic Mouth at the tavern will be triggered when I cast the spell Skywrite.
okay. So let me be clear. You've cast a bunch of magic mouth spells, which are triggered whenever he goes near them.
Or no, whenever the adjacent Magic Mouth speaks.
What's the trigger for it?
So it daisy chains out. The initial Magic Mouth is triggered when I cast Skywrite. Every Magic Mouth within 30 feet of that is triggered when that one speaks.
Okay, so when Skywrite happens, they all go off.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And they're just going to draw everyone to the area in front of the tavern where we're going to be set up.
So it's going to be like a bunch of those battery operated toys in the department store when you go and push all the buttons.
Yep.
They're all just slightly off from each other.
Yep.
I would like to call this the Furby attack.
Uh-huh.
I feel like it would sound kind of like an announcer at a baseball stadium.
It's gonna be creepy, like Five Nights at Freddy's. That shit's just gonna start talking out of from nowhere. So, could
Oh,
be-
you know what? I'm gonna take
I'm
special.
listening. I'm grabbing something real quick.
Just start it off with don't run.
I'm taking some special effort. If there's a statue in that area, that's what I'm passing Magic Mouth on, because
It's a really cool idea, Rockham. That's actually awesome. I like that.
per the spell, if the object has a mouth, the mouth speaks the message.
Also, we do have a bard in tow. Should our bard be like, hear ye when everyone comes in?
I
Passing
figured
out his flyers
Yeah.
as everybody approaches a tavern.
I figured he'd do most of the talking when people get there, and I'd get everyone there
Right.
Yeah,
with the Skywrite and the magic mouths.
Oh, no. Yeah, so we get the populace there, and then our
Make a short speech.
fair enough.
And then I continue to build our wealth by pickpocketing everyone in the crowd, right?
With
Yes.
the other Oob. With the other Oobs.
Not this time.
Damn.
Okay, so the
you don't steal their money until they get out of the cult, until they get into the cult.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So, you're all sitting around, and you left, and you come back. Everyone's still eating. It smells so good, even though you can't smell it. The beef stew is fantastic. Goes really well with either that Saldo's moonshine, depending on what you want to have, or just some good water is also served. So what are you doing?
Dipping my napkins in the stew and then eating it.
You get a couple looks, but no one's gonna say anything given the motley crew you guys have.
Yeah. I'm a green blob, so I'm used to weird stares.
You mind if I roll a d20 to see if I eat or not? If I see anything
Sure.
off? Okay.
Mm.
Hey, would there be little tendrils coming out of my pockets doing the same thing with the napkins and then going back into the pockets?
No, they mind their, instructions. I said, don't come out yet. But so I'll take some napkins and just stuff them in your pockets.
And I just looked down. I'm like, ooh,
For later.
that's clothes. I'm wearing clothes.
Shh.
That's messy.
It's okay.
That's
Just
7
ignore it.
I don't eat and I don't drink.
You're going to help me wash this jacket.
From your pockets, you hear just from your pockets.
Oh no.
Ridley hears some weird, like chaunching sounds.
They better not start eating my coat.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
They have better manners
No
than
coat.
that.
No coat. No coat.
No coat.
That's great. I like that a lot.
Eat the coat, you'll fall out of it.
Well, your meal commences. What happens next?
We're gonna talk to Dr. Dooley, yeah?
She's with you. She's eating with you.
Yeah.
She asked you, what's been happening? Where are you? Who's your new friend? The-
Well, I'm definitely not the voice
Guy
of the
in,
party,
like-
so.
Oh,
Tattered robes and what looks like moccasins.
Right. This is
Sitting with
called
you.
kind of.
oh, yeah. This is our friend, Jason. Jason the farmer.
How do you do, ma'am? It's a terrible accent. He's a powerful wizard, not a very good actor. How do you do, ma'am?
Probably a great accent just from his timeline,
Yeah,
Right.
right.
but it sounds like
Hundreds
transcontinental.
of years ago.
Like, nice to meet you, my dear. You know?
Yeah.
Where have you been?
Yeah. Gosh.
Back in my day, I had we used to use a carrier pigeons. Now you have these newfangled airships.
The who's he what's connected to the what force? Yeah, man, you're a bard. You chose to be a bard, so bard up.
Well, yeah. This is Jason the farmer. We collected him on our journeys, and I think the only time that I met you is when did you come to Arazil City to help clear Temple Daddy? I mean, oh Lord, I don't even remember Temple Daddy's real name.
Yeah, you were at the court.
Bishop Agnon.
Bishop Agnon. Yeah, I don't remember if Dr. Dooley was there.
She was.
Okay. Because I wasn't on the hospital leg with you guys, so I don't know this lady from Adam.
Right.
You're true.
But you've introduced Jason, who's with you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's enjoying some stew as well.
Oh, sure, he was
Now
just.
that Robbie rolled, I'm suspicious.
Whatever you want. I just. That's why
I've already sealed my bait, so it's okay.
I just happened to not be drinking. That's why I rolled the d20.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So,
So,
Dr.
Dr.
Dooley.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, babe.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's been a while, but if I remember right, we're all good pals, right?
Well, yeah, of course.
Especially
I mean,
you and Gus.
You guys put the kibosh on a terrible guy who was running our hospital in the ground and stealing bodies. I mean, I can't thank you enough. Whatever I can do to help, I owe you a debt.
Well, it's funny you say that because
Okay.
we actually have kind of a big ask. Well, you see, it may be a little more helpful if one of my pals jumps in because, politics, it's all a little confusing.
Yeah.
But, Arthur, you want to explain
Yeah. Okay. So So from what my compatriots here tell me, last time we were in your city, I should say, helped dismantle the hospital that was here, or rid it of evil that was being done by temple representatives. Am I correct?
Correct. Yeah.
So through our travels, we have learned that perhaps those representatives of the temple were not the minority. And we have come to spread the news that the temple is not, at least currently, acting in everybody's best interests.
Well put.
So I won't go into like crazy detail, but I'll recount some of like what we've dealt with and the things that we've come across that kind of highlight some evildoers in the temple sphere.
Well, yeah, one of the main changes was Captain Brith was taken care of by your Bishop Agnon. And well, so I mean, I know Stephen for a long time, and he's a great bishop. And if I can help you or help him, I'd be happy to.
It's possible that we've come upon some evidence that the story of Celesto was wrong.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. What
That
do you think
he-
about it?
He may not have been the bad guy
Yeah.
in that story.
Well, I don't know who's good or bad anymore. I mean, before the intervention, Brith was told what to do by the guy you killed, and apparently we've cleaned out the basement. All of those devices are gone, and now we use it again for storage and for our worst injured. Those are on hospice.
Yeah.
You know.
So your town has benefited from what I will refer to as the good side of the temple's intervention.
Yes.
Prior to that, right, the bad side of the temple, which still is a major player in the rest of Arazio, was in control.
Well, from what you told me, the only thing I know from the last time we saw each other, you filled me in that you had get rid of the pirate and you changed the. Oobleck summarized it very quickly, but I understood that you have befriended the dwarves in the south and some trees and some killed a pirate, and now you're there was something about flying in the air.
Oh yes, our ship.
But that's kind of, it happened very fast, and you guys were in a hurry. But that's all I picked up from the trial from what Oobleck really quickly told me.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we've been quite busy.
yeah. So in addition to that, we've, as Ridley said, uncovered some evidence that back when the temple was conceptualized and Celesto was imprisoned, or as the history books have put it, killed.
So he wasn't killed. He was. Was that Skywrite true?
We're getting there.
Okay.
But back when Auntie Celesto, gosh, I cannot remember anybody's name. Back when the temple came about, they eliminated magic from the populace through the use of the temple, in our opinion, to better control the populace, not for the benefit of the populace.
Yeah, I mean, if you outlaw that which could, overturn you,
Yeah,
pretty powerful.
yeah.
So Celeste's alive?
So what
He
well,
must have. That's like hundreds of years ago.
indeed, but
and Jason coughs a little. And sorry, I must be thirsty.
Jason, what happened to your accent?
I was coughing.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So, Dr. Dooley, we're here to spread news that the temple's way of life is not the only one available. And we are hoping that you will lend your voice to ours to help give us some credibility with the townsfolk that will soon be arriving to hear this message.
Oh, I've told people about the happy Cyclops that saved our hospital, and as a result, other than the roof damage, well, he's a little bitter, but everyone else is like super happy with what I've told them of you.
Excellent.
We're hoping that maybe
I mean,
that
I went
grace
to
could.
testify for Stephen long time at the Capitol.
We're hoping that that grace can extend to, another party.
Okay. Well,
We're
what do you suggest we do?
we're kind of trying to spread the word that the ancient stories are wrong and that Celesto was actually good.
Yeah. Arthur whips out his handy dandy pamphlets.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see my shirt.
Okay, got it.
good.
Good.
I hope there's a little bit of glitter on every single pamphlet.
Of course there is.
So they'll never forget.
Ever.
It's just prestidigitation, just a little sparkle.
Aw.
Every time I hand one out.
Okay.
That's awesome.
You're handing okay, so the place is getting a little more full just from the pamphlets, but
I imagine we
it's
open
still
it
about half empty.
I mean, drinks, liquor is the lubricant of social interactions. So I imagine we open a tab.
Says the bartender.
Yeah.
As we continue to say the good word of Celesto, that we make sure that everyone gets a pint and a pamphlet.
Hi, would you mind talking about our Lord and Savior Celesto?
Yeah.
But instead of knocking on your door and you're in your bathrobe, we're at a bar handing out beers.
Yeah.
Way more useful marketing.
So you recognize the bartender, by the way. He comes up and he's like, "Hey, first rounds are free. Thanks for everything."
Aw.
It's Vincent.
Oh, I remember you.
Remember, Vincent was a bartender who called the guard on you because he was being blackmailed, and you freed him from the pirate. So
Oh, yes.
he's super grateful. So Vincent is your bartender.
He does get a noogie because
Ow! But good. Thank you.
it's a loving noogie, but it's a noogie nonetheless.
Okay.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, come on, preaching God with a beer in your hand is like cheat codes.
Yeah. Yeah. So as the temple fills up, Arthur kind of starts putting a couple tables together, to make a faux stage
Oh,
that
good
is
idea.
mildly supported. I'm hoping I don't have to roll athletics checks.
No, Vincent, he'll help you move the tables. There's against the wall, but if you recall, there's also already a stage in the corner
Oh,
because there was a musician playing before,
Actually,
Oh,
and you played
Well-
with him.
a guy,
wait, was that at this
That was-
tavern?
that was
Arthur
here?
played with him a long time ago. He's been here, but not with Dooley.
Oh,
oh, okay.
So that's
No,
why
never
the
mind.
tavern looked familiar, but you don't know Dooley and the other people. But you've been here before, and you're in your
Gotcha.
journey.
Okay, so yeah, so Arthur starts moving tables onto the stage to make the stage a bigger stage.
Okay.
God, is it weird that I know that we're known in this town, but is it because first time we got here, the first thing we did was show our badges, and that's really the only way that we got access to anything.
Right.
I mean, I know that they know us, but like, does anyone else have badges in the room?
Not that you see.
Okay, can I investigate to see that?
Well,
That's
Howard-
what
yeah, I mean, you could kind of walk around with a drink and take a glance around. Roll a perception.
I'm gonna do. Super great at that. I mean, look, if you want me to make one particular roll, it's not exactly my best. Oh, perceptions, no problems. Perception.
You, as you look around, seemingly just to go to the bar and drop a few coin, you've passed by and glanced at everyone here, and you do not see any visible badges. And from your experience, most people from the temple wear them on the outside on their lapel.
Proudly,
Right?
proud.
That's been the standard. You guys are the exception who always hide your badges unless you need them. So most people would not associate you with the temple except for those that you showed badges to.
Okay.
Which happened in the hospital.
Right.
You didn't reveal them according to my notes, you didn't reveal them at all in Saldo's except in the hospital
That's great.
dealing with Brith. Matter of fact, it was a faked gold badge and a disguise that Ridley was wearing that revealed. So even Ridley is not known in his normal guise as someone in the temple. Remember, he took the guise of basically a gold bishop.
Yep.
I was
Yes.
wearing the glasses with the big nose and the mustache.
Yep. Also, our hippo took someone to the bathroom to have a good time with. It was kind of wild in the wild west in the beginning of our campaign.
It was.
That is so true.
So, but I mean, at an 18, I have a fairly cool understanding of that. There's no one that is active.
Yeah.
In
That if I stand on these
By the way,
on this stage, I'm not going to get
I
shot.
should have said when you guys all left the ship to do this, Max said, I need to stay aboard. I have a message from home that I need to reply to, and I need to wait
Aw.
till after midnight to do it again. So I'm gonna stay on the ship and deal with those messages.
Got it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I should have said that before. That's why her token hasn't been will not be on the screens in case combat pops off. So little time goes by. A couple more people filter in. There's a couple people with pamphlets that have been handed out and shared. So it's about half full now.
I mean, Rockham, you want to hang?
I am on my errand. It's taking me like 3 or 4 hours.
Oh,
I'm basically casting like a dozen rituals.
Right.
Okay.
Um,
So
uh,
when you're done with that, you come back into the tavern.
yeah, I think we just pop it.
Okay.
yeah.
I thought we were gonna wait until like it was daytime, but I'm okay doing it.
The skyrite was just neon yellow. That's all.
Does Skyrite work like that?
Sure. Of course it
It
does.
looks like somebody peed in the sky.
What about prestidigitation? Could you do skywrite and then prestidigitate that it's a different color?
See the rules.
Yeah, Skyrite is made of cloud.
There are clouds in the night sky.
Well, yeah, but the question is, can you clearly see them?
Is it a full moon?
Roll and let me see if it's a full moon.
Come on, work with me, Matt.
Well, are you a Scorpio or?
I am a Scorpio.
Oh.
It
I-
is a waning moon, which means it's pretty bright at night.
Yes.
Hey,
So right through the moon. That's even better. Come on, Vegas advertisement.
Oh,
Right in front of
absolutely.
the moon, backlit. So what you have is the absence of color. Come on, my college professors would have loved you.
All right.
There's no light pollution here, so it's bright as day.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, torchlight is not exactly light pollution. It's not the
All right.
sort.
it would literally show up as bold print in front of a clear moon. Like actually, this would be quite striking. It would be more striking than on a day.
Yes.
All right. So, lit by the moon, Rockham casts a ritual in front of the tavern, directly above him.
Okay. And what does it say?
It says, "The temple lied. Celesto lives. Magic to the masses."
Ooh.
Temple lied.
Magic to the masses.
Lesto lives. Magic to the masses. Oh, Jesus.
and then all your magic mouth spells start going off.
Yeah.
So what you see is this brightly lit and grammatically correct message.
I do have 20 intelligence.
And all of a sudden you hear echoing down the streets, because remember, this is not a very tall city like Alrazil. It's a sprawl, kind of, with only one kind of central it's not even a temple, just a central spire where airships can dock but aren't currently. You're in the water. People start milling about and coming out of their shops and their homes, and there's a murmur that kind of like, what the wow, hey Bob, check it out. And so you hear people like knocking on doors and showing, and everyone's looking up, and you're hearing like people like incredulous. It sounds incredulous that this can't be true. That's
Yes.
if you had to summarize the character of the group speak, it would be, what the, come on.
God,
So
Well, the temples lied to us for, and
hold on. God,
yeah.
so magic is banned. So that means there's very few magic users that could pull this off. And the only time they've ever seen magic is coming from the temple, which is a place of authority. So
That's absolutely true. That this is
like
this
large.
is a rebellious act in plain sight, including the magic mouth, and people are starting to come down to the tavern.
So as people start to trickle in, Arthur stands up on the tables on the stage and starts playing "We're Not Gonna Take It" by the Twisted Sister or by Twisted Sisters on his bagpipes.
On your mandolin?
On my bagpipes, baby.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And as an action, as he's
I
doing
wish
that,
I had that recorded.
as an action, Rockham is going to touch Arthur's foot as he gets up on the stage and cast enhance ability Eagle Splendor.
Ooh.
So now he has
I don't know.
happy. So now he has advantage on charisma checks
Sick.
Nice.
for the
Oh,
next hour.
can I do guidance also?
My familiar is going to dance as your backup dancer. You got a crab as your hype man.
Nice.
I will also levitate you.
Should I roll performance for my bagpipes?
You get a D4.
I'm gonna see if this. No, it won't work. Yeah, roll a performance check.
Cool.
Oh, so hold on. You have guidance.
I get advantage because it's charisma based, so I get advantage first for Eagle Splendor, right? So I'll just roll that. Guidance, it's in the next minute or something, so I can use that when I start talking to. Okay. So I'll save guidance and just roll advantage. I got a plus 13, so this would
Nice.
hopefully go okay.
As he rolls a 14.
24.
24.
Nice.
Just for good measure, I'm going to flash of genius that, and it's a 29.
People are fascinated with this strange but beautiful sound coming up from these pipes.
Yeah.
This squeezing this bag and this beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody knows the bagpipes are the sounds of defiance.
Fair.
That's NFR, but
Scotland, that's true. This is an uncommon instrument. So, but people are like looking around, like, yeah, couple copper thrown up on the stage.
Sick. Okay, so as
12
it
copper and 3 silver.
Arthur just like scoops it with his foot over to like the barkeep, like since he was like covering our stuff for a little while. Like it's not much, but you know it's what I got right now. So as it fills up, Arthur will stop playing and say, "Good people of Saldos, I assume you've seen our message in the sky."
Yes. That was you?
last night.
Oh,
That
you're gonna
was-
be in so much trouble. Not with us.
Yeah. But you know what? It's worth it. Because you all deserve to know the truth. The temple has built its power in this realm on lies. They've
What?
kept you under their thumb by outlawing magic, all so that they can maintain control.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, out of the corner, someone casts prestidigitation, and it sounds like Vincent farted. You know
As
who
in-
did that?
Uh,
Jeez.
Vincent, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but
Celeste does.
Maybe it's just people using the small magic. Like that could be like their first little firework in the
yeah,
like that works.
yeah. So with that, Arthur points to his throat and casts thaumaturgy and makes his voice boom 3 times louder
Yeah, you do.
and says, "The Skyrite is true. Celesto lives. All of the history that you've learned coming up to this point has been a lie."
But How did he live? He's old. He'd be 800 years old. I'm not that goddamn old. Just frozen in the, I was frozen in the stupid stasis field, so it didn't
Yeah.
age. Gets.
You are
So I think, yeah, I think from here Arthur would go into like a story of like their travels and like finding Celesto and like what convinced our party and like kind of dive into that.
You tell them what are you telling them the whole story of the tower and the?
I think yes.
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll go into the story of the tower. I think we talk about finding Celesto, freeing him, like what convinced us that he was good, finding the operations of the temple that were obviously doing really terrible things to the citizens.
Wait,
I do.
flesh golems.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Also, like, we got the approval of the High Court. The High Court of the world that we currently live in agreed with us.
Yeah,
That's so true.
yeah.
So if this is all true, and this is all like flesh golems and demons and all this crap, why doesn't Celesto show himself?
Did we reveal him?
Yeah.
He will reveal himself at the right time.
We are organizing a march on Arizil City to demand reform and bring magic to the masses.
You know, we're literally going on the Grateful Dead tour. We're going to give magic to the masses as we march around the countries. This is...
Only we're not doing it with magic mushrooms.
Yeah, I know. Only the ancient one. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, this is interesting, but skywriting doesn't make things true. And through the doors comes someone you recognize the armor and the cloak with a silver badge, and
Shit.
comes in and says, "What is the meaning of this gathering?"
I would like to rage.
Okay.
I telepathically communicate with Sork and Romp. And I'm like, okay guys, stand by for combat.
I don't know. I'm not in combat. I would just like to rage.
Well, you never know what's gonna happen.
No. Thank you. Yes, that's yes. Agreed. But like, have we met this person before?
You have not, but because he's a silver badge, it's not Brith. He's the only other silver badge you knew of here. Oh, hold on. A chart. And he looks at. Oh, it is Brith. He's the silver here. So, Brith comes in and says, "What's it mean? Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt."
As
Dr.
of
Julie stands up and says, "Captain Brith, I will see you back at the hospital."
I would like to.
And
I was just saying.
just kind of
Unraged.
stares at him, and he awkwardly goes, "Yeah, yeah, I'll see you back there."
Yeah. Arthur, I imagine from the stage can see like the patrons of the bar like turn to look at the temple, and if my words have had sway at all, like there might be a little bit of like a little bit of
So when he
anger at
comes
that.
in, you ever see a Western where someone comes in the door and all of a sudden, screech, the music
Yeah.
comes down the
Yes.
hall,
Scratch.
everyone
And
looks.
So Arthur,
Like,
Sorry,
this
go
is
ahead.
what everyone does. and they just look at him. They're not saying anything.
Yeah.
He's all of a sudden Dooley confronts him, and the entire bar silently stares at him.
So
He is leaving.
Arthur holds his hands out.
He knows what you guys are capable of.
Yeah.
He's one of the main ones that knows.
Arthur holds his hands out.
By the
and-
way, remember, he was been reassigned to Agnon.
yeah.
He was reassigned after the incident. That was part of what the fake gold badge told Brith. You will now report to Agnon. That's
That is-
and there was a role for it, and he was thoroughly convinced.
So Arthur
That's what
holds
happened.
out his hands.
Just so you know, Arthur, that's what happened before you joined the campaign.
Okay.
Is that
Arthur. Gotcha. Okay. Arthur holds out his hands and says, "Now, people, I understand that you might be frustrated at the temple based on what I've told you, but the message that we bring is not just for you. It's also for those in the temple that have been tricked by the history that has been passed down to them. There are segments of the temple that do have your best interests in mind. The reason that we are bringing this message to you now is because the fate of the temple is effectively a flip of a coin. We could descend further into this controlled state, this terrible existence that some of the Aurelians have been subjected to, or we can reform around those that have acted in your best interests and create a better tomorrow."
Oh, we kill them all!
No, we don't have to do that
No.
though.
But I like your
Everyone
energy.
at the bar is like, kill them all!
Arthur snaps at the bartender and is like, not anymore for him.
I'm not magic, but I like.
We like the spirit,
What?
but
I'll send my familiar over to him from the stage to just give him a little crab hug.
yeah.
Just crabs, and he's the only one that saw it, so he's just like,
Cuckoo.
that's just Edgar. Like, Edgar, time to go home. We're gonna sleep in the cell tonight. And your
Oh my
wife is gonna
gosh.
be mad. That's fine. Fine.
Wonderful.
And he
Yeah.
gets up and he kind of does that walk where a guy that's trying to walk super straight but can't. But he's like, he's thinks he's handling it really well, and he leaves the bar.
As,
He's
as-
Otis from Mayberry.
oh no, as a lifetime bar.
Otis, yeah. He just
Right.
walks into the cell, closes it, goes to sleep.
That's great.
Nice.
So, any other stuff? Celeste's like, yeah, what he says is true.
We're gonna have to march on Azrael, right? Pretty much.
Yeah. So Arthur will end his comments by saying, "Join us in the capital where Celesto will be revealed, and we will take back our future." Like something along those lines. Like,
And standing next to the stage, I whispered to Arthur,
I want to point
Hey,
out this sounds a
tell him
lot
to-
like a certain insurrection.
well, I don't know what you
Where-
mean.
Where they gonna, where are you gonna? When is it?
Wait, no, guys. 3 weeks.
"Don't do it, Colin. Don't do it." I saw what you're about to do.
Was he gonna?
We don't want to get canceled.
Uh,
When is it?
I don't. What are the months in our zeal?
Okay, so
In a fortnight.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Give us a
A
Give
fortnight.
us a fortnight. That'll work.
By the way,
on
that's
the
got
quarter moon,
to be the.
Yes.
Go ahead.
20
Oh,
days in the
sorry.
quarter moon.
But I whisper up to Arthur, tell them as they're going to spread the word.
Oh, that's a good idea too. Yeah. Yeah. As you march, spread the word and convince as many as you can. The truth is powerful.
Ooh, class.
All right.
Just sounds
So
like jelly.
everyone's like,
It's
yeah,
just jelly.
let's get him.
Let's get him. Nice.
Cool.
Good job, Arthur. That was really good.
Good
Yeah, that was great.
I imagine that Arthur goes right back into like his.
Yeah. I continue my jam session.
Oh yeah.
And like people are drinking and like, yeah, play that one again.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll hop into it.
Play that funky music, Red Boy.
Red boy. Like your silver tips.
Okay, guys, we gotta hit every city in the freaking world in 14 days. We gotta go.
Let's blow this joint.
So what we need is a sleigh and some magical reindeer.
Yeah.
Well, you have an airship and a rocket.
That's so true.
Close
Yeah.
enough.
DM, do you need like some sort of persuasion or performance for the speech or anything like that, or do you just?
Not. I just need to know where you're going, who you're talking to.
Down the coast. What's next on the coast?
Caswick.
Caswick.
Well, do you have contacts in Caswick?
I mean, once we get, I can do the. For me, I can do the gnome, not the gnomes. The
Dwarves.
so I'll take lead in the dwarves, but like somebody else has to do Caswick because I don't remember that one at all.
Well, I don't think we went to Caswick.
We definitely went to Formark because that's where we got.
Yeah, I don't have anything in my notes from Caswick.
Let's go. Well, why don't we go to the arena in Cartborough?
Yeah, we were gods there.
Yeah, because I don't have in my notes that you've been to Caswick.
Mm-mm.
You were Carberham, Formac, Bolthorpe, of course. Specifically,
Savage.
you haven't been to a lot of the cities, but on the West Coast, it's Carberham, Formac, Bolthorpe, Havage.
Well, we bit,
And Fairgrove. We went to Fairgrove City too.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
We-
Figrove in the southwest, correct.
oddly enough, we did do the West Coast. We're in fact in real life we're huge in Kazakhstan. I mean, like
Okay, so where are you landing in Carberham? You're airshipping to the most cities have a mooring spire for airships and there's
You wanna-
also docks from the water.
you want to stay underneath, so and I can sail. So you just want to sail over.
Okay, so
Yeah, we'll sail over.
you
We'll
travel
fly.
days. You are on your 4th day of travel since hitting atmosphere. Once you get to Carberham, if you're landing out of sight of the city and sailing in.
We got to get ourselves a roadie.
Then let's just
Does
dock
anybody
the
know?
fire
Does
then.
anybody know Featherfall? Can we just fly over and
So much feather fall.
fall in?
Oh, true.
Well, then we have to get back up to
Well, the ship can pick us up at the air station. That's fine.
So we're going in like the flying Elvises.
Yes.
Wait,
Dock troopers.
This is production value,
So hold
baby.
on. Where? Okay.
So we're
Think
famous.
about this. So the places you've been here are the shop where Chris and Hildy work. The shop that's really the information broker. You have the tavern and you have the arena. Those
Oh,
are the
the-
major, like, and of course the vault where they were attempting to
My friends, can I
set a
interject?
party.
Can I interject? So, like, we do have like a level fucking guy that we have, right? So we should go to the Coliseum and be like, send them all, and protect him, and just let him show some power. We should reveal him here in the middle of the Coliseum.
I thought we were going to reveal him at the capital city.
No, not reveal that he is that. Just reveal the power of magic when it was finally released.
Oh, so just the magic.
Yeah, because it's
That one of our
That's a good
people
idea.
is this powerful.
exactly. So I mean, like that's we'll be like bring everyone you have, and we'll keep him in the center.
It's kind of like, don't fuck with these guys,
Right? And
even more than before.
this is what magic could be. Because no
Yeah.
one's gonna die and no one's gonna get hurt.
I like that idea.
And that's also like the way the Happy Cyclops would operate. But you know, my ideas fought me forms.
Here it is.
We're not gonna take. No, we ain't gonna take it. Rockham, can you just always have those magic mouths every time you can drop one, just laying down that theme music for us?
Actually, that's a good idea. I am going to take some rant. I'm going to steal a bunch of spoons from the galley in our ship, and while we're in transit, I'm going to cast Magic Mouth on each of them.
All right. Leave everyone a breadcrumb trail to when I,
And for Carverum, it's going to be go to the arena. The truth will be
Yes.
revealed.
so it's going to be go arena.
I'll tell you, you don't want Rockham to sing. That will not convince people to go to the arena.
Oh gosh.
I'm not going to load up all the enemies, but I will load up the arena. And let's put here.
That's funny. We really do have the West Coast.
Nice.
Like we're doing a concert tour for all the people that love us.
Yeah, and we should start like a little, chain of communication, so people can tell their people can tell their people,
Yeah,
and that way we don't have to go
what we need are heads of like fan clubs,
yeah.
right? We need Swifties.
Well, maybe that can be the equivalent of the Dr. Dooleys in each place, like Hildy.
Love that. The Hildies of the Dr. Dooleys.
Yeah.
Or okay, so let's see. Our guy's named Celesto. So
So hold on. You're
Cosmos.
literally dropping into the arena floor.
We gotta make this quick.
So there's people gathering, as you can see, for the early fight, because you're arriving here just before midday, and the arena master speaks up and goes, "Oh, we have our returning champions."
Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, this is interesting. Did we schedule this?
Oh, you sure didn't.
He comes down and he talks to you guys. So we didn't have you scheduled. So there's a party waiting to fight. Could you go? Could we ask you to come back? Like actually go schedule your fight?
We're not here to fight. We're here to spread the truth.
You know what? Yeah.
Actually, this guy will fight.
No politics in the arena. Come on,
That's-
you know the rules.
Oh, that's fine. They want us to wait. Let's drum up some support. We got to wait for our deadheads anyway. Let's drum up support. We can go sit in a bar,
Ah,
right?
We're kind of on a schedule.
yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
All right.
Maybe why don't we tell him like,
All right.
if you let us, do our thing, your audience is going to be like floored in a good way.
What do we want to put against it?
But I asked the guy, do you have a way to get word out quickly to the whole town that there's something really big happening here?
Like maybe we could set out 2 fights and then come in for like the 3rd round.
Like, you could tell them that Celesto's apostles have arrived.
Ooh,
I like it.
there's a name. There's a name.
Apostles?
Yes.
Correct.
And we've come to spread the truth through fighting.
Yeah.
And
We'll either do it here or in the streets.
All right. Well, I guess we'll have you come on.
Thank you.
that's a good choice.
Yeah.
Thanks. You probably won't regret it.
Yeah.
So Arthur can rinse and repeat his speech, but what are we going to have Celesto do?
Fight.
Fuck
He's
shit.
he's the expert. He should just do something flashy that he wants to do.
Okay. Well, I can wait. If I use telepathy, can I
These
talk to
guys
creatures
just
who also don't
appear
have telepathy?
onto the combat.
Oh shit.
They look at you
Oh, we're paused.
and they look at each other. Oh, here you go. You can move.
I was just going to move onto the arena.
And they look at each other and
Probably common. Seems like
That must be
yeah, that's what they always speak.
Ridley, show them the seeds.
Oh yeah. We're friends with you guys.
Arthur goes to get the
Pull up.
box.
Pull out my pouch and sprinkle some into my hand.
Elvish and Sylvan. So in Elvish, they talk to each other like we,
Oh, I know Elvish.
we know them, but we don't want to fight them. And the guy in the arena master and fight.
Do we recognize them?
They don't move
Yes.
at all. You do recognize them. They are
We helped plant some of their
yeah,
seeds.
Denor and Aram.
Perfect. Okay.
And they look at you guys and they come charging across and they reach out and give you tree hugs.
Aw, yay!
Nice.
I open up my seed pouch and show them how
What
little
is
is left.
happening? What?
There's-
This is
look,
arena!
I've planted most of them.
And the
Yeah.
people are going, boo, boo, boo.
I would like to telepathically communicate with Arthur and say, ask them to lift you up really high and then make your voice big.
Yeah. So I'll do
So,
that and
okay.
then give my speech.
Oh, do you have thaumaturgy from being a tiefling?
Yeah.
You are lifted. These are large creatures. Are they gigantic?
I
they're
think
huge.
they're
Oh yeah.
they're huge.
So-
What if somebody casted enlarge reduce
So
on
he
us?
lifts,
Oh.
he lifts you plenty high, and everyone's like, "What is boo?"
And I cast Eagle Splendor again.
Nice.
Cast what?
Eagle Splendor on him.
What is
Enhance
Eagle
ability.
Splendor?
Enhance ability, Eagle Splendor is advantage on charisma checks.
Yeah.
You can do it to someone else, not just yourself.
Yeah, it's range of touch.
So you touch Arthur as he's picked up. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Roll your performance, I guess.
Okay.
I cast guidance.
23.
You give
Oh my gosh.
up and you give a similar speech while these guys are kind of like just settling over, and they, while you're giving your speech, they're like, "Hey, those seeds worked, and we were coming here to spread the word, but we didn't expect to see you.
Do you have any more seeds? I'm almost out.
We can make more, but not now. Not in the region.
Okay.
We need to be in
Catch
the
up with
woods.
us later.
We need to be in the woods." So everyone's like, "What is happening? What's going on?" Fine, bring in something that they can actually fight.
Well, hold on.
I know them. We used to work together.
Work.
I know how to work.
They're our professional colleagues.
Thor, Love and Thunder.
That's such a funny movie.
They called me Ridley Appleseed.
Honestly, the Deadwood is not dead anymore. We've actually done some really cool things.
Yeah, because we rock.
And tree.
So we gathering rolling moss gathers. I mean, like, come on. There's a joke in there somewhere.
Rolling Stone gathers no moss.
Yeah, but like it's not correct when it comes to the gag.
So, appearing on the other side of the arena,
Oh,
Yeah.
we're not gonna take it.
and,
Brothers jamming on the
and the trees
bagpipes.
go, "Oh no!" And,
You guys should get out of here.
Yep, you're flat.
and,
Please put me down first, though.
and
Yeah.
hold on. So, you were about to give a speech, and Telesto, or your new friend,
Jason.
The farmer.
Second.
Jason the farmer.
Jason the farmer and Celestos apostles. And the crowd goes wild.
And he waves his hand and turns him into a tiny crab.
Awesome. Thank you, God.
That's a hell of a polymorph.
and he goes, "Continue," to Arthur pull up on the arms on, like, he has his arms up like this, so you can actually stand, with you comfortably, and with the extra booming voice. What do you say?
Yeah, I guess I just rehash.
After the
Don't rehash.
the reading master goes, "God damn it!"
Arthur, I'll hand you my glasses. Come on, man.
Okay.
You're a bard. Get it. Say it.
Okay, so Arthur,
Same speech.
similar, but Arthur points at the crab and says, "This is what happens to those who try to silence us."
Oh my god!
You just became a whole different party.
Coming out a little strong there, Arthur.
This is what the temple has tried to do to you.
Nice.
We're all dragons and they're trying to make us crabs.
Oh my god.
Dragon crab. Dragon crap.
We brought our friend Jason DeFarmer to to show you the
Like
capabilities. Huh?
Is that like Joe the plumber?
I was thinking
Jason
Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo.
Not copyrighted or anything, probably.
He's so thoughtful. He always tells us his name so we know who wrote the song.
Yeah.
Of course.
Says we brought along this expert magic user to show you guys what you have been missing out on. And for very little reason outside of the fact that the temple just wants to keep you under its thumb. And from there, Arthur will trail into the story of what has occurred, what Celesto's apostles have uncovered, and the terrible things the temple has done. With the disclaimer that half the temple's good and half the temple's bad and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's the campaign speech.
Yeah, he hits all his talking points. Yeah.
For the love of God, don't call it a stump speech.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Oh, so
Right. There was
Travis
no
turns back into a dragon,
What?
but and Celesto does something to it.
That is sexy as hell.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but
He goes, continue. Oda Luke is my friend.
Odaluk's magical sphere.
yeah. There you go.
I was thinking either that or Victrolic.
Well,
I'll make
yeah.
and I climb its tail. Is it friendly to all of us or just all one friends?
Is whose friend?
Well, the dragon specifically that once was a crab.
Well, by casting this, it removed the true polymorph and instead used Odaluke's spear to encase the dragon. Nothing can get in or out. He has air in there, but he cannot move. No, nothing can go in or out of that sphere as long as he's concentrating.
That's awesome.
He says, "You got a minute?"
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so friends, allies, join us in the capital where we will reveal that Celesto has returned, and that so that we can take back magic and bring it back to the masses.
Ooblet goes, magic to the masses!
Tell your friends.
And everyone's like, so you sure hear some boos, but now you hear, yeah, look what they did to that dragon. He's a Pete. That's some magics.
High end magics. That's awesome.
And so your companion goes, well, shall we go back to the ship? He whispers to you.
Yes, let's do that now.
Gather around and
Gotta let everyone know where the next concert is.
Yes.
Yeah, tell them to go to Aurazil in, what, 10 days?
Yeah, I suppose
16
it's
days?
10 days
he
now.
casts. All of a sudden, the tree ants shrink down to humanoid size. Lesto gets in the middle of you in disguise. Says, "You ready?"
Yes. How do you clench all the things I have to clench? Oh gods.
You guys are teleported back to the ship.
That was a nice effect. I like that one.
Nice.
Really nice cool piece.
And they're like, and they, oh, so, he drops concentration here on this one.
The dragon's like, did I win?
He's no longer a crab. So
He looks
yeah.
around. He looks around, and he turns and faces the arena master, and he's about to breathe acid. And then there's a field that covers the pit. You can see the acid comes up, but it hits the top of the field, arcs, and hits the wall. And apparently, there's some divots in the wall. Now you know where some of the like maybe pools of ice and boulders, and now there's an acid burn in the wall, and he is disappeared from the arena. You're seeing all this from way high up in the air, and all of a sudden there's a you can't hear anything, but you see a bunch of the early patrons are getting up and cheering. The arena master is like, and everyone starts to leave.
Oh,
They start to leave, which is very unusual for this time of day in the arena, if you recall.
For joining us.
We just ruined the arena master's day.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah, I think so.
Grateful Dead tour.
Now, on your ship, because it lasts for how long does the large reduce last?
I think a minute. Concentration up to a minute.
Yep. So the treants walk out to the deck, and then they go huge again. They're standing on either side of your mast, and thank you. That was fun to see
Aw.
the dragon in a bubble. Is it you? Do they have truth? Was it you? I don't know who you were, how to address you. Looking at Jason,
Hmm.
JDF.
and he
I think we can trust the Ents.
yeah. They like us.
We can trust the Ents.
Most people don't have the patience to like listen to what they have to say. So.
Right? And we've spent a
Aw.
large amount of our time on side quests, like literally planting their seeds.
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
Okay. So Arthur will stroll up to the Ents and say, "Ents, I'd like you to meet Celesto."
Wow. First time.
Oh.
He drops his disguise, and you forgot how tall he is. He's 6'4", and he looks up at the tree ants and goes, "It is a pleasure to make acquaintance. I appreciate what I've heard you have done in helping restore life to the desolation that was falsely blamed on me." And both the treants look at him and go, "Oh, we have heard of your demise, and I am story has been passed on. Those that have encountered treants, remember they did reveal, like they pass. It's a story lineage to tell stories of what happened, and they were actually fleeing the what became the Deadwood. Well, their parents' parent. So 3 generations, because treants lived to be about 200, roughly, longer, depending on many factors. But you have no idea their age. But Denora and Aram are grateful for the help.
The trees remember.
I want to show you something. And where are you flying next?
Keep on that. Well, I mean, if we want a party, we're gonna go to the. We got to go to the dwarves, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should
I feel like
stop
that's
at
gonna be a
Formac.
big one.
We should stop at Formac beforehand. That should be pretty quick, I would think.
For sure.
Would
Yeah,
you-
and it's on the way to Bolthor.
And also,
can we ride to the south by our origin forest?
oh, in fact, we got new force for you.
So you're flying to Formac.
But can I talk to the imps real quick before we get any further? So
They're on the ship, of course.
so you got some orphan children's currently in the Deadwood. We've planted them close enough together to make like our straight lines. So we figured that they probably need some Peritons. You want to come all the way there? Because that's where we're going.
That sounds good to us. We will stay till we see new seed.
Right. And I think our first one is actually at Hot Vag, was where we started planting trees.
Yep.
I believe that's correct. Yeah.
Hot badge. Homage. Oh
Well,
my God.
I don't forget my thieves can't.
I understand. So in Formac, you're going to see who you going to see?
This is all Oob. Oob was like completely in charge of this part of the story.
Yeah. Well, you
I did cause, a little bit of a coup.
You also
see, yeah, by
Oh,
bringing this stuff to Hildy and guys abusing Chris basically.
Yeah.
That was me. Yeah, I think we should just go to the center of town, give our speech.
Okay.
I mean, this is a small town, so it shouldn't be as complicated as the other places.
Yeah.
It's
And I
not-
think that the more that we do this, the more that we kind of like streamline our process and, see what works with people and get the verbiage down. So I would think that we kind of like roll in, roll out pretty well.
No. Arthur spent the time to self-tailor like a suit.
Nice. So you're in the center of town, and when you're there, Chris and Hildy both come out, and they're watching this speech happen. You want to roll a performance check for me? Just performative, but let's see how convincing everything is.
Uh-oh, that was a
Nat one.
Isn't it?
Oh no.
Or Nat 1's automatic. Wait. I would have cast enhanceability on him again.
Oh, true.
Okay, what does that do?
That's the
That's,
advantage on charisma.
He already has that.
No, he didn't roll.
No, he didn't roll
I rolled
advantage.
a normal, so
Oh,
I'll
you're
roll.
right. Okay. Another roll. 17.
Okay.
Much better.
Nice.
Thank God.
Much better because it was a 4 instead of a 1.
and I'll flash a genius that to make it a 22.
Are you
Aw.
track of this?
Yeah, I have 1 second level spell slot left, and that is my
Long
second
rest.
use.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, not your most inspired speech, but very good. It was captivating, and Hildy and Chris are both paying extra attention. It is Hildy who starts clapping when you're done, and a lot of people join in, except Chris, who just has his arms folded.
Yeah, Chris doesn't like me.
No. Chris.
Not fond of your party.
Well, we didn't like Chris, so.
And Hildy,
Well, in my notes, I have him as he's good for bad deals.
right. Good note. So Hildy says, "Hey, can I buy you lunch?"
We're kind of on a tight schedule. Do we have time for lunch? Arthur.
Well, yeah, I'm going to need a long rest anyway. So I'm going to crawl on the bag of holding and start my long rest.
Oh
Okay.
no. Hold on, we're not gonna have lunch? Right, I'm kind of famished.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We'll stop for lunch. That sounds fine. I'm good with
I
that.
mean, we've done all this in less than 2 days so far, so we can slow down a little bit.
We could have like a lunch meeting.
Working lunch, a working lunch.
Working lunch, right? Also, we gotta wait for our people to like find each other and become like this pilgrimage. You know, like we're
Yeah, but we still have a long way to travel
we do. That is
to
true.
get all the way down to Fig Grove City.
They can make a straight line. What we're trying to do is catch the whole coast.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, rather than going to a tavern, I've got. I can go with a quick, kind of like a snacky lunch, and let's talk.
Papas.
So you go into the
How
door
international?
shop, and she goes off in the back and says, "Chris, I'm gonna need the shop for a while. Goes, my shop. I'm sick of it. All right, fine. I'm gonna go pick up some supplies. Thank you, Chris." And he storms off. She is in the back room of the shop, and you see a sketch on the wall, which you've noticed before, which is a beautiful kind of looks like charcoal or some kind of a sketch of Hildy and a gentleman. They're arm in arm.
The old pirate.
Oh.
Oh,
The old pirate.
yeah.
She was embittered by it, but am I correct in thinking about that, Laura? Wasn't she with?
No, she was with Balthasar.
Yeah. So she was with Balsac. So we stopped that, but he was a dick to her beforehand. So she had gotten rid of she had already moved on to her next gentleman, essentially. But that doesn't mean that she's completely over it, because some of those bad boys leave bad taste in your mouth, but they still have a lingering presence. Very difficult. Dr. Phil needs to be called, honestly.
Yeah.
So,
So the sketch doesn't look like Bulbacella.
Arthur points at it and says, "Who's that?"
Well, before I got involved with Balfa, um, I my husband was missing for years, and basically pronounced him dead, and never had
Didn't
any closure to that.
didn't we find that note in the mountains where he'd gotten turned into a flesh golem?
Oh yeah,
Wow. Who pulled that one out of their ass?
that was Colin, man.
Colin, Jesus. That
So you pull that together. Do you have the note written down?
yeah, we kept
If you
I
don't-
think the party has it, but
I pull it out of the. I find it in the bag of holding where I'm trying to take a nap, and I
the brass.
stick my arm out.
So
I stick
if
my arm
your
out and
hand
hand it
comes
to
out
someone.
carrying a brass tube. Who's gonna grab it?
I'll grab it because I'm holding the
Okay.
bag.
So you grab the brass tube. What is what is in the bag of hold? You have a special hand?
yes.
It's more than just a hand, but yeah, kind of an assistant.
It's whatever you want it to be, Hildy.
Oh, well,
Oh my god.
well,
Don't say that as I'm standing here holding this brass tube.
slap my ass and call me Sally. How much for the bag of holding?
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Ah, that's elevating the joke. Fantastic.
No. Okay.
Is it- It's not
No,
this.
this bag stays with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone needs
Ridley's attached. I'm
So
sorry,
you-
Hildy.
So you read you, Ridley. You have this note now.
I think we just hand her the tube.
What was this?
Hildy, I'm sorry, but we found this in the mountains.
The mountains.
Yeah, I think we found it in the mountains.
It was snowy.
Yeah.
You would remember you found it in a bone pile, which looked like a
It was a flesh golem, right?
it was a
Yeah.
flesh golem that had
It
been.
was like I thought it was like up here somewhere in the Fury Mountains.
It was in the Fury Mountains in the exit from the cave where you flooded with
Under.
lava into
Yeah.
to the portal.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the part that like all the flesh that make the flesh golems.
So what this reads is, my dearest Hildy, by the time you read this, know that I have been captured and about to be taken through a mysterious portal. This is all sketched on a small piece of parchment. My thoughts are clouded with uncertainty, but in this moment, they are filled with memories of our shared love. Should I not return, keep our love story alive, cherish our moments, and share them with our descendants. So Hildy's like, starts tearing up. But hold on to hope, for my heart remains tethered to you, no matter where this portal leads. Wait for me and always remember our bond. With all my love, Baroka. So she tears up, and so this means he's gone. I always wondered what became of him, and it's been years. Guess I never really got close enough to anyone else since. But thank you for at least provided some closure on this chapter of my life. She rolls up it up, puts it in the tube and puts it under the counter and continues to cut up some cheeses, salami, and has some like small wafer crackers and makes a little charcuterie board for you with some fresh grapes, some blueberries, cheese, salami, and some what looks like salted crackers of some sort.
I mean, I imagine this is what kind of gives us all a window into we have all these great ideas and all these huge concepts that we want to instill and conquer. But the actual stories comes down to these people. You know,
Yep.
I mean, like this would be very sobering for at least my character.
Yeah.
I mean, the simple, like, I think that I would have this meat and cheese, unboastful, you know what I mean? Like, never talk about what we're about to do next. Just take this lunch.
Yep. And
Yes.
she says, I like, as you're wrapping up, and she serves coffee or tea, whichever you prefer, or water. The coffee smells almost of like the earth. It doesn't smell like normal coffee, but it tastes fantastic. She goes,
Yeah.
the secret is adding a few mushrooms to the black coffee black coffee grounds, and I grind them all up. For a while, you're not diminished, but the little bit of mushrooms, the lights seem a little brighter. You got really good coffee. Like you feel closer to Hildy. Like
Oh,
it's
we
like
got microdosed.
you did.
Tina, do you
And the tea's the same, by the way.
Nice.
Maybe why Hildy's always smiling, except for this last
that's a really
actual
cool.
moment.
Really,
So that closes her past chapter. I can put that in the notes now.
you threaded the
And she
needle.
says, "Well, I'm interested in what you said, but how could Celesto be alive for so long? Like, I mean, I understand what you're trying to do, but..." And Jason speaks up.
By the way,
So he Huh. Yeah, I have to look at. Go ahead. You were saying?
just for our next jump, I'm gonna really need the help of our bard to pull off the thing that I want to try to do at Bullharp.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we should probably take a long rest before we go over there, though.
The
Says the cranky robot.
cranky.
You're currently resting, ain't you?
Yeah, well,
Use them like an alarm clock, like ding.
stop snoozing me.
Stop snoozing me.
Okay. Jason says, I understand your skepticism, But let me assure you. And he verbal. He, under his breath, says some words that sound like it's in a language that you're familiar with. He says some words, and in his hand, he holds and hands out to her. I cannot take away the pain of loss of love, but I can help you establish yourself and travel wherever you want. And he hands her 5 diamonds, 5,000 gold
Whoa.
each.
Oh, revivify.
Dang.
Revivify.
Nope. Well, she
I mean, you could, but
could, but that's not. He's basically moved by her story and this letter that was read. And she looks at him, and for a second, goes, "Oh, it's true, and very nice to meet you.
Oh.
I will spread the word, because
Yes.
only this. I'll show you what here. This is what he did.
Oh, wish.
Hold on. What?
Ooh.
Which spell? Did it really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we know he's at least level 17. To your question before, Rob.
I mean, like in all of my D&T time, this is the second wish I've ever seen made.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very uncommon. And he goes, "Thank you for the lunch. We will take our leave." And he reveals himself to his full 6'4", reaches out to her hand, kisses the back of her hand, says, "Madam, it has been a pleasure." And he goes back down to Jason in his disguise.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's huge, man. 25,000 GP.
That's like the start of some fairy porn book. I'm just saying, like, that would be all over Book Talk.
That's club, man.
And Hildy, just remember, spread the word that Celesto's apostles
Yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah,
are
She's-
spreading
she
the
is-
word.
She is well connected, if you recall,
Mhm.
because of the what Oob, who went random diving in a lake, discovered, bonded you with Hildy and gave her basically her power and ownership of the shop. So it's her shop, not Chris's. It still says Chris's magic outside, but
We all know he's a dumbass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know he's a dumbass, but she's a front. He's a front for her now, and he knows
Nice.
it. And he's a little resentful. So
Wow. We get to saw a wish again. That's
Aw.
that's
as
huge.
you. So what are you doing next?
Oh well, Ballharp.
Bolthorpe. Yeah, Bolthorpe.
I should have asked. You tethered to the air dock, or are you in the water?
I think air dock here.
Air dock here.
Yeah.
So
Can I
as
lead-
you
Can I lead on this one, guys?
Yeah.
go ahead.
So while we're traveling, I would like to go to our bard and teach him Thunder Stop, because I need entrance music. All
So
right.
yeah, so we're just having a jam sesh,
Thunderstruck?
like in
Thunderstruck TDC.
we're having a
So-
jam sesh Gosh, words.
Yeah.
It's like real clunky on the bagpipes at first. Like it's just like.
For my plan to work, we will need both of our elementals, air elementals. We
Okay.
we need to put it in the water.
Okay. Well, we're as you ascend the circular staircase around the spire to the top platform where you moored, you see to the north, because these are to scale, but you can still see far into the horizon because this is a very clear, pristine fall day. The air is starting to be a little colder to the south. As you get into winter, it doesn't freeze at Formac, but it is cold. So you feel this crisp, clean air, and you look up, and with your passive perception, Arthur, you kind of squint your eyes and look to the north, and you see 6 airships flying in and landing at Carburum, not mooring at the tower, but landing. And that's where we're going to leave it today.
Ooh.
Arthur starts playing Thunderstruck.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Great session, guys.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a reunion tour. Like we're just only famous in South America, you know.
Fair.
Or Western Illinois.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
We're
All
huge.
right. We'll see you next week.